Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick tutorial today. I'm currently working on releasing my, getting my dash cam presets together. For anybody who's watched a couple of my videos, I've probably mentioned I try to always reposition the dash cam position to be where the mounted camera in the vehicle is, so that it's a little bit more realistic. I'm obviously using Dashcam 5. If you haven't downloaded it, I'll put a link in the description for the video. It's an awesome mod, really good for immersion. But anyway, I haven't done some of the other Los Santos vehicles yet. These are based on the Lake County, Illinois Sheriff's Department. But anyway, so what I wanted to do was just real quick make a video to show you guys how to do this for yourself. It's actually very easy. And while I am going to still put up my presets, it's not going to cover even a tenth of all the vehicles that are available out there. Just the ones that I've used, and maybe not even all of those. For example, I used some of the vehicles from Tickle My Elmo's popular pack, but not all of them. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how to do this. So you can see here, we have the dash cam on, and it is in the default position here, and it looks fine. But you can see that it's basically center mounted, but the camera is actually pretty offset. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Rage console and we're going to type unload plugin. You can just hit tab and then space to bring it up, and use your arrow key to go down to Dashcam 5 and hit enter, and you can see it's going to unload the plugin. So then what we're going to do is we're going to alt tab out of the game, and we're going to go into our dashcam5.ini file, and then we're going to go to the vehicle that we have here. Now, if you want to know how to turn vehicles into add-on vehicles, you can do this with just police, police 2, police 3, and so on and so forth. But if you want to do this for your add-on vehicles, you want to know how to turn your vehicles into add-ons, check out my other tutorial video for that information. But anyway, so you can see we've got the information here for the Los Santos Sheriff's Department, FPIU. This department will only display if you have display department turned to true. I don't, because it's not as realistic looking. The acronym is obviously the acronym that's up in the right corner. The color is white, and I just leave it set to white. Logo also only displays if department display is on. And then here are the three positions you want: your X, your Y, and your Z. So what I do first is I set the X to 0.20, and then we save it. We bring GTA back up, and we reload Dashcam 5. And once it's reloaded, as you can see, we are now... So we're back further, and you can see the dash cam's down there in the right corner, so we know we need to go down and over. So we alt-tab again. We take this down to, say, 50. I'm going to go back a little bit further, too. And then your X position, that didn't look like it was very far, so we're going to go to 10. Save it. Bring it back up. And you're just going to keep doing this until you get it positioned where you want it to be. So let's see where we're at. Oh, I forgot to unload it. I'm stupid. So we unload Dashcam, and then we reload Dashcam. There we go. And now it should be in a new position. Yep, there we go. So now we're a little under the camera. So we go over a little more and up. So I was off on that, so we'll go to 20, and then we'll go up to 60. See what that does. Unload plugin, Dashcam, reload plugin, or load plugin, really. And then you can see, okay, so a little closer now, down just a hair. So say down to like 58, and then over to say like 23. So unload. And it's just a bit of moving it around until you get it to where you want it to be. So over just a little bit, and we'll be perfectly centered. So let's go over to 24. Excuse me. So we'll unload Dashcam, load Dashcam. A little bit further. 25 ought to do it. We'll go 26 just to be sure. They move in very small increments, as you've seen. There we go. Maybe just a little bit further and down just one. Now, obviously, if you're not as exacting about this as I am, that last position was good enough to get to to move on to the next the next segment of this if you want. You don't have to be, I prefer to be as exact as possible. You don't have to be. But if you're interested in this tutorial, then you probably want to be as exact as I am. So, pretty much good. I'm going to go over one more just because that was pretty much exactly where you wanted to be at that point. So we'll just one more time unload and reload the plugin. I am not on duty with LSPDFR right now, just so you know. I think it makes this easier. So, okay, so we're pretty much perfectly centered now. So then what we're going to do is go up to the Y coordinate that we haven't messed with at all, and we're going to change that to, say, 60. I don't really actually think you need the zeros on the end, but whatever. We're going to unload. And this is what's going to move the camera forward. So we're going to pass through the camera, out the windshield, and get the car, and get the, whoops. You have to actually tell it what plugin to unload. There we go. And load plugin. No, I did it wrong. Hang on. Load plugin. Dashcam. There we go. Alright, so there you can see we're now actually just through the camera, but we're still, you can see the line at the top of the camera, at the screen there, and then you can see that's actually the windshield glass. We're partly into the windshield glass now, so you want to keep going forward. So we're at 60 now. Let's go to 80. Alright, so that's good enough, but you can, I personally go forward a little more because you can still see the bottom of the car there, the interior, down there where the windshield meets the hood. This is good enough, and this would be fine. And as you can see, it's offset properly with the camera. It's moving properly with the vehicle. This would be perfectly fine. I would usually zoom it a little bit further, just to get it out over the hood so you can't see that stuff at the bottom. So we'll take this to 90. That should do it. Let's see. This would be a good stopping point if you don't mind being able to see the interior of the car a little bit, which some dash cams do show that, but most are zoomed out so you can only see what's in front of the car. Some are zoomed out so you can't see the front of the car at all, but I don't find that as interesting. So, there we go. That should pretty much do it. Yeah, so there we go. So we are zoomed out to the point. You could probably make some micro adjustments if you wanted. This could probably come back just a little bit, but at this point we are pretty much where we need to be. You can see that it follows the car well. It's mounted properly, and we're ready to run some code 3 and get in some chases. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. I will be posting my presets for my vehicles, or for vehicles I'm using. I really shouldn't call them my vehicles because they're not. But anyway, that I use on LSPDFR.com, and you guys are welcome to those presets, obviously. But I wanted people to be able to know how, to know my method for repositioning the camera, because there are thousands of vehicles out there, and you may not use the same vehicles I do. So I thought this information might be useful. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, stay safe out there, y'all.